Hello, 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 everybody. This is Steve, your host from Project Riverside. So glad you joined us today. Today, we are in James chapter 5, verse 7 through 12. And we're talking about suffering, unfortunately. Verse 7, be patient then, brothers and sisters, until the Lord's coming. See how the farmer waits for the land to yield its valuable crop, patiently waiting for the autumn and spring rains? You too, be patient and stand firm, because the Lord's coming is near. Don't grumble against one another, brothers and sisters, or you will be judged. The judge is standing at the door. Brothers and sisters, as an example of patience in the face of suffering, take the prophets who spoke in the name of the Lord. As you know, we count as blessed those who have persevered. You have heard of Job's perseverance and have seen what the Lord finally brought about. The Lord is full of compassion and mercy. Above all, brothers and sisters, do not swear, not by heaven or by earth or by anything else. All you need to say is a simple yes or no. Otherwise, you will be condemned. Wow. Be patient. Resist resentment and retaliation. Don't judge. Wow. Okay. So, perseverance. I believe this is the only place that Job is actually mentioned in the New Testament. I could be mistaken. And part of Job's book may have been quoted in the New Testament, but I don't think they actually talk about Job himself. Like I said, I could be wrong. But to bring Job up, that's kind of like, wow. And he did have perseverance. I mean, he wasn't patient. He was hardly patient. You know, in Job 3 and 12, 1 through 3, he talks about not being patient. But he persevered. Chapter 16, 1 through 3. And then 21 verse 4. So, what's the difference between patience and perseverance? Perseverance is making it through. Whether you like it or not, it's making it through. Patience is waiting for something to happen. And for me, I'm probably not going to ask for patience too much, because it's not like God's going to grant me patience. He's going to give you something to be patient about. Right? It's funny the way we think we're going to just magically get things from God, like he's that giant vending machine in the sky, right? And if you ask for patience, he's going to automatically grant you patience. Or if you ask for perseverance, he's going to give you perseverance. Wisdom, whatever it is. But it seems like the more I study and the older I get and the more I just talk to God and try and listen to what he has to tell me, the more I realize that if I'm asking for something specific, he's more likely to give me the opportunity to do what it is I am asking for. Right, again, I mentioned a little bit ago, patience, right? Is he going to just grant you patience, or is he going to give you the opportunity to be patient? Wisdom. Is he just going to give you the wisdom, or is he going to give you the opportunities to be wise? Now, he's going to be there with you the whole time, regardless. But Job here, talking about Job, right? And Job was, like we said, not really a patient guy. Job was able to persevere because he trusted who his father was, who God was, right? He knew who he was. He knew what was going to happen as long as he just trusted God. But, can you imagine? I'm just trying to think through this, right? You're cruising along, and all of a sudden, Job comes up, or Satan comes up to Job and says, "You know what? I'm going to mess with you. I'm going to see if you really, really trust God. I'm going to see how much you really trust God," right? And so he does all this stuff. And Job just continues to trust God. He continues to persevere one at a time. Right, so Job 12. What are we looking at? Job 12, 1 through 3. Job replied, "Doubtless you are the only people who matter, and wisdom will die with you. But I have a mind as well as you, and I am not inferior to you. Who does not know all things? I have become a laughingstock to my friends. Though I called on God, and he answered, a mere laughingstock, though righteous and blameless." That doesn't sound like a patient person. That sounds like somebody who's trying to get God to, "Hey, don't forget about me. Why are you doing this?" But then James ends with not to swear. James's words here are very close to Jesus' words in Matthew 5:33 and 37. He's not condemning the taking of a solemn oath, such as God's before Abraham or Jesus before Caiaphas. Rather, he's condemning the flippant use of God's name or a sacred object to guarantee the truth of what is spoken. Wow. I think this culture has really, and unfortunately I've heard Christians in the same boat. I know growing up, this verse for me was brought up quite often by my parents. I've never heard my parents swear. Never heard my grandparents swear, actually. But this was a verse that my mom and dad would often mention when we're talking about swearing. All you need to say is simple yes or no. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. Wow. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Just ask that we have patience in our sufferings, small, big, whatever they are. Patience and perseverance so we can get through it and honor God with everything we're doing and saying. I look forward to closing up next week, James, the last section, the prayer and healing, the prayer of faith. James 5:13 to 18. All right, everybody, have a great day, have a great week, and look forward to talking with you next week. Thanks for coming.